What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here, and for the second time this week, we're talking about another Ubisoft game, this time Far Cry 6. Yes, there are 6 Far Crys now. Earlier this week, we talked about Ghost Recon Frontline, which was a completely different game that nobody wanted from the Ghost Recon series. And today we're talking about the same Far Cry that's released every single year. That is right, ever since Far Cry 3 and on, it's been the same freaking game. It's just the people and places that have changed. And with a little small additions here and there. Far Cry 1, 2, and 3 were all completely different games. Far Cry 3, of course, the best of the series. 4 was kind of meh. 5 was alright. And 6 is just eh. I don't know what else to say other than eh. I mean, I feel like Ubisoft just said at this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it to the Far Cry series, while, you know, changing every other genre and game that they have. And it's like, dude, I don't think we can keep doing this anymore. I don't understand how they're going to keep doing this. How they're going to keep putting out Far Cry games in the same form over and over again. Are we going to have Far Cry 22 and it's literally the same game as 3 with just a few little additions? Maybe. Who knows? It's Ubisoft at this point. You don't know what they're thinking. They're over there doing lines off a freaking stripper's ass cracks or something, saying, hey, I got an idea, let's just do Far Cry 3, but it's in Cuba. Like, you know, like, I don't understand it anymore. I'm so confused. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the formula for Far Cry works, but it doesn't work at full price. I think we're kind of beyond selling this game for $60, $70, $80, or even $100 if you're doing the collector thing. I think that formula is just so tired that you can't charge people full price anymore. Like, it just doesn't make sense. If you're a fan of the Far Cry series and you want to check it out, I would say don't spend more than $30 on it. Wait for it to go on sale. Maybe even $20 at this point. I mean, you had such an epic time with Far Cry 3 and then Blood Dragon and all the other ones that it's just like, this game is like, alright, you get your same Far Cry, you know, the normal, what you're doing. Every single time, oh, take out this outpost, do these quests. We gotta take out the bad guy who's in control of the lands. Same stuff over and over again. It's not worth the $60. Not anymore. Not anymore, man. And like, that's what I don't understand. You know, and it works. There's a few cool things here and there. Like, I like the environment, the Cuba kind of feel to it. It's pretty cool. And then you got your amigos, which are your friends, your animals. You got cool things like Guapo, which is like a little caiman alligator. And then you got your Chorizo, which is a disabled dog within a wheelchair, which distracts enemies with its cuteness. And then you got, you know, crazy, super powerful chickens that, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then, of course, you got the one only shining gem of this game, which is the cockfighting. And it plays out like fucking Tekken, and it's hilarious. I think it's the coolest fucking thing ever, and PETA's losing its goddamn mind over it. But don't worry, I can hit a cow with a flamethrower, and PETA doesn't give a fuck. Like, it's like, whatever, man. Like, there's only, like, small little changes here and there from the series that, like, make a difference, I would say, in kind of playability. But, I mean, after, like, 5 hours, I'm already kind of like, alright, I've been here before. I've done all this before, and it just kind of loses its glamour. Like, once you get past the new little bells and whistles, like, ooh, look at these new weapons, or the new things, like the helicopters and cars and vehicles and everything is all the same. It's always the same. Grapple hook's back. Yep, zip lining, wingsuit, parachute, it's all the same, dude. It's all the same. I just don't understand it anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I'll still play it. I love the Far Cry series, like, but I think it's well past due time to try something new with it. To take what you did with Far Cry 3 and try to replicate it. But I feel like that's the thing. They had such success with Far Cry 3. They're like, alright, let's just keep doing it until people don't buy the game anymore. That's the problem. We keep buying the game. Expecting, you know, what's the definition of insanity? You know what I mean? We keep expecting something different, but we keep getting the same fucking thing. And we keep paying for it with our wallets. And then we keep giving them this false narrative that we're enjoying it because we bought it. You know? So we keep buying it thinking it's going to be different. And then they keep thinking, well, they must love it because they keep buying it. It's just a weird cycle that keeps going on and on. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand how just such a big studio that just, and again, like I said in another game, it's such a big studio that has such crazy cool IPs, and has created such bangers in the past, just keeps doing weird shit. Like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to really believe that we went into a black hole in 2012. Because just like the shit was going on with gaming right now is just fucking outrageously weird at this point. And that's the only way I can explain it. It's the only way I can explain it, dude. I don't know. I mean, I would say if you like the series, it's definitely worth the play. For sure. Not at full price. Don't spend full price on this. Wait for this motherfucker to go down in price. I mean, because the AI is dumb. It's still got that weird RPG hit crap on it. Which you can turn off. You can absolutely turn off those health bars and stuff. And make it kind of more like, hey, I'm going to shoot and people are going to die. But it's still the same game as always, man. It's just bow and arrows there, guess what? Throwing knives, all the stuff. Molotov cocktails, burning forests down. All there, man. Nothing really changes. And I don't know. It's funny because, like, I literally was just bitching about how, you know, Ubisoft didn't build on what made Wildlands special and kind of learn from the mistakes of Breakpoint and change the game with their new Frontline. But I'm telling them to do the opposite with Far Cry. You know? It just doesn't make any sense anymore. So, I mean, dude, at this point, I'm at a loss with what it comes to with Ubisoft. Is it a good game? I mean, it's decent. I would say decent at best. If I were to rank it, I would probably rank it, because for right now, for me, it's Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 1, 4. I didn't like where in the world it was in 4, 6, and then 5. So I mean, it's definitely not the worst Far Cry I've ever played, but for the year 2021, I expected so much more from it. And like, dude, suppressors have this weird durability where they overheat super quick and then they break and they make it go loud and just weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. But I think we've kind of reached the point now where Ubisoft has a tough choice. They either need to double down on Far Cry and reinvent it or let it die. Because I don't think we can keep doing this anymore as gamers. Like, personally, my boomer self, I'm kind of done with it unless they completely change it. If it even looks remotely similar to the old games, I'm not even going to touch it with a 10-foot pole because I'm tired of, you know, keeping this cycle going with my money, and that's what I feel like I'm doing. But, you know, maybe they will. Maybe they will at this point. Maybe we'll just chalk this one up into them getting slowed down and not being able to do what they wanted to do with the freaking coronavirus and quarantines and lockdowns. But I don't know. I feel like I'm giving them too much credit at that point. You know, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. Far Cry is just Far Cry. Same recycled shit we get every year. Kind of like with majority of games. Everything just recycled. No more innovation. It's kind of like the movie industry. Nobody's original anymore. When the originals come out, nobody really likes them for some reason. You know, it's just kind of how it is with gaming. Specifically Ubisoft. You see, Ubisoft's kind of the notorious for this at this point, and I feel like they're going to keep doing this. I mean, like, just ridiculous bugs, the same tired mechanics, just different places, different enemies. Well, they're all the same enemies. They're always just terrible dictators that need to get killed. Like, you know what I mean? So, it's just Far Cry, man. So Far Cry 6, I would say, wait for a sale. Hold off on it. Definitely don't pay full price for this at all, because it's totally not worth it. 100% totally not worth it. But we need change. But I want to know what you guys think. Do we need new Far Cry? Do we need new blood? Do we need a new direction with it? Or is the same tired old stuff? Or you agree with it? You like it? You want more of it? If you've played Far Cry 6, I want to know what you think about it, because, you know, I'm curious if I, you know, I like to know if I'm the only one thinking that way, like, 'cause that way I know I'm crazy. But I feel like majority of you are probably in the same boat because we've been doing this for far, far, far too long now. But anyways, boys, thanks for watching the video. Let me know everything about what I asked in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.